Good morning. The law of equity, which is not regulated by law, and extraordinary power to sovereignty to get over with the regulation of law, the that gracious power is called the law of equity. The remission, releasing the accused before completion of their tenure of punishment, con- uh, uh, modifying the death as a sentence as imprisonment for life, these all are coming under law of equity. That power is vested with the state government and central government. So about that judgment, uh, Vijay Sharma versus Union of India and others, 2020 Supreme Court 1451, Justice R. Bhanumati, Ashok Bhushan and A.S. Bopanna. They have discussed about Article 72(1)(c), Article 32, IPC 302, 376 Class 2, G 53, Right to Information Act Section 3. All these things were discussed. It's a case of Nirbhaya case. Therefore, I would like to refer certain uh, paragraphs. If you are interested in understanding the power of modification of sentence, commutation of sentence, how the procedure was, what all are the grounds you have to raise when you prepare mercy petitions, better you go through this judgment which deals with the entirety of the procedures, the regulated procedure to be followed by the ministry and also by the president or governor. They say Vinay Sharma is a death row convict. The writ petition filed under Article 32, directly you can file under Article 32 if any fundamental rights are infringed. The main grounds was non-furnishing relevant materials under RT Act, non-consideration of relevant material, torture, mental illness, consideration of irrelevant material by the respondent authorities, illegal solitary confinement. These all are the main grounds they have raised. They say that this is a case of rarest of rare cases. They have referred Mukesh and another versus State of New Delhi, 2017, 6 SCC judgment, AR 2017 SC 2161. Then they have discussed about the process of commencement of the trial, confirmation of appeal, Supreme Court, review, curator petition, whatever not. They have then referred as Sunil Batra versus Delhi Administration, AR 1978 SC 1675, wherein since the accused was convict was solitarily confined, the improper and illegal confinement was treated as violation of fundamental rights. Therefore, they have commuted the sentence from death to imprisonment for life. The UN General Assembly resolutions was referred in Shatrughan Chauhan versus Union of India, 2014 3 SCC 1. There you can go through the United Nations General Assembly resolution regarding the death sentence. All this would help you in writing article, project report, whatever may be, when you are pursuing graduation, undergraduation and post-graduation, research, whatsoever. Then they have discussed about Article 72 deals with presidential power, 161 deals with the governor. The President of India shall have power to grant pardons, reprieves, respites, remission of punishment, or to suspend, remit, or commute the sentence of any person convicted of any offence. Then they have discussed about Devendra Pal Singh, Mullar, state of NCT. The delay was considered. The delay of mercy petition is not the ground. By setting aside various earlier judicial precedent, they say because it depends upon the case, they request consideration of various factors. Then Satpal Singh case 2005 SCC 170 AR 2000 SC 1702. Then Vikas Chatterjee versus Union of India, Shatrughan Chauhan, it's the most important case 2014 AR SCW 793. Therein they say executive is not sitting as a court of appeal, rather a power of president to grant remission is an act of grace and humanity in appropriate cases. That's what they say. They say power of pardon is essential in executive action. Then how it could be challenged, these all are the grounds. Order has been passed without application of mind, order is nullified, that the order has been passed on extraneous and wholly irrelevant consideration. Extraneous means which were not available on record. The relevant materials have been kept out of consideration, that the order suffers from arbitrariness. These are things, but there is a difference between extraneous and ipsi dixit. Extraneous means which are not available on record. Ipsi dixit means the judge himself has give some opinion. That is the ipsi dixit. Then they have discussed that all these grounds are untenable because everything was available. Then about medical status report is most important. Diseased appetite, decreased sleep, psychiatric review, weakness, these things should be taken into consideration for the detainee's health. Then they have said everything was there. Therefore, they have rejected all these contentions. Then the social investigation report to consider the economic and social background of the detainee, namely convict. That was also filed in this case. Then solitary confinement. Here in the given case, though there was a claim that he was solitarily confined, but that was not properly explained how he was solitarily confined, because there were single room provision, not solitary confinement. That was the objection. Then finally they discuss about the Council of Ministers open declaration about this case. They say act of bias. So they would not have considered it by applying the mind. Therefore, the advice, minister's advice is aided advice rendered by Council of Ministers is not valid. That was also rejected. Finally, by believing Manu Ram as Union of India and Vikas Chatterjee 2004 AR 1980, they say the power vested with is a very high authority. It must be presumed that the said authority would have acted carefully after an objective consideration of all aspects of the matter. So that area is also important. Kindly go through this entirety of judgment, and this would help you in preparing mercy petitions, whatever may be, it may come after, but you keep this judgment on hand so that you could help your clients. The best wishes. Let us see how tomorrow's the system of video conference works, because while watching we are being irritated because of improper functioning. But let us hope that judges are not put in horse to proceed. Best wishes. Good morning.